Hey everyone, it's Kai from Kool Collectibles, back again for another review. This time it's the Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H.Figuarts Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo and Donatello. For all your Ninja Turtles figures, click that link in the description to head on over to Big Bad Toy Store. They ship worldwide, so definitely check them out. Alright, as I said in the Facebook Live video, it did take about 5 weeks for this to arrive from BBTS because I stupidly chose the cheapest airmail option without any tracking. I actually thought I had lost this package, but luckily it did arrive. And they are pretty damn fantastic. I'll just give another quick rundown of the packaging so you get the usual artwork on the front there. Nice cartoon shot there, and then all the various pictures of the figure and the whole team there, and they do look pretty damn good together. Donatello pretty much the same, and the cartoon artwork on the side there like so, and on the back here the photos of the figure. So Donatello and Leonardo came out first, and I think Raph and Michelangelo are coming out I guess it's pretty much the last day of October now, so looks like from BBTS at least they're coming out in early November. I'm not sure if they're out already in Japan. They may well be, but I probably won't get them until at least mid to late November to finish off the team. But for these two, the bodies are pretty much the same, so I was going to do separate reviews, but they're pretty much identical apart from some of the accessories. So I'll just do a group review, and then I'll give you guys a side-by-side comparison against the old Playmates editions. So just hold on a second. Alright, accessories-wise, they both come with an alternate head sculpt. So Leo here has I guess an angrier look. His default head is this sort of I guess a stoic look, which isn't too bad. I might swap it out for the angry one here, or might leave that for Raph. And Donatello here has his smiling face, and again by default he's got a slightly stoic, almost angry look. So I might swap it out for this open mouth laugh. The detail in these is pretty damn good. I like there's no sort of paint bleed. I think it's just I don't even think it's painted green. I think it's just the plastic in there, so it's just painted around the bandana there and the mouth, so the tongue there looks pretty good. For Leo, of course, he comes with his katanas, which are nicely painted on the silver there, and the sheath looks pretty good too. But there's no metal, unfortunately. The only die cast is actually on the figure itself. Comes with the sewer cover, the drain cover, or whatever it's called. The original Playmates ones actually used these as their figure stands, which was a nice touch. But this one, being a slightly smaller scale, just included this as an accessory. For Donnie, it comes with his slice of pizza, so I think you can use, not sure which one of the hands, maybe one of these, and just jam it in there, or something like that to hold his pizza. Something along those lines. You might have to heat these up and soften up the plastic a little bit. Donatello's bow staff. Just looking at the Playmates one, there's the strapping here is actually painted white, as opposed to this one here, which is all brown, and I can't actually remember from the cartoon if it's painted white. I would have thought the Playmates one would be fairly accurate, and it does add a bit of difference. I mean, there is that sort of molded detail along the edge there, but would have been nice if they had painted that white as well, just to give that a bit of contrast. So as I was saying before, a whole suite of hands for each of the figures. You get a bit of sort of kung fu, martial arts types posing hands, the semi-open hands, and then the fully enclosed hands with the holes for you to put their weapons through. So lots of posing options there. And also, I guess each of them have their own variant of the strap at the back, or the belt at the back there. So with Donnie, you can take that piece off and put that in there, so you can have his bow staff slid through there. It's a fairly tight fit. So you just slide that through there like so, which doesn't look too bad. And with Donatello, not Donatello, Leonardo, you just slide the I think it's in this direction. Slide these like so. Doesn't look too bad. So if you just sort of imagine that. It looks like they're a bit low. It would have been nicer if, I don't know, would it if this was a bit higher maybe, I'm not sure. But I just noticed also that there is a bit of a slight difference in colour as well. So both of these straps on the default figure, this is like a darkish brownish colour, whereas on these ones they almost look like they're a lighter shade, which is a bit of a shame because you'll see a bit of difference there. But I think you just sort of get your fingernail in there and try and take that off. I'm not going to bother trying to do that, to be honest, but it's a shame there's a bit of a shade difference, but other than that, the accessories are pretty good. So I'll get onto the figures. Hold on. Alright, for the figure itself, this is where I think these Bandai figures really truly excel. The only other S.H.Figuarts figures I have are the Bruce Lee figures. So I do have the original Enter the Dragon one, and I do have the yellow suit one on pre-order, and I was very impressed with the joint structure and the sculpting on those figures, and these Ninja Turtles figures really take that to another level. Just the overall design is absolutely fantastic, and far and away exceeds the original Playmates. And I guess the original Playmates figures were probably an order of magnitude cheaper. I'll just grab Leonardo here. So here's the original Leo figure from the Playmates Classics lines, and they are, I mean, they're still pretty damn good figures, there's no doubt about that, but I guess articulation wise and overall sort of design wise, I think the S.H.Figuarts are much better, and as you would expect them to be much better, because I think these retailed for about $25–30 maybe, whereas these ones are about double that, at around $60. So you would expect there to be a quality difference, and there certainly is. But overall, you can see that the Playmates ones are a larger scale. So these are more, I think, in line with the sort of Motu Classics type figures, whereas these ones are a slightly smaller scale. But overall, I think for the cartoon sort of accuracy and the way they look, I would say the Bandai versions are more accurate to the cartoon. Articulation wise is where they really do excel. So you get, I think there's a ball joint at the top there, so you can get all the sort of range of motion at the top of the neck, and then there is also the joint at the base of the neck there, so you can get them to look down quite a long way. I guess looking back isn't too bad, but it's going to hit the back of the shell here, but you can still get a pretty good upward looking motion there. The shoulders, a great range of motion in the shoulders, so you can get them up quite a long way there. They have this beautiful sort of butterfly motion, and the best thing about the joints is they're not loose, but they are perfectly firm. It's like there's a bit of tension in there that hold the poses and hold the stance really well, without being too tight where you think you're going to break it, but not too loose that they can't do anything. So there's the motion going up, the butterfly going out, and it looks like there's also almost like a little joint inside that gives you a bit of up and down on the shoulder as well, so you can sort of move the shoulder joint down, so you have him lower like this, or we can move it up and then bend it and have him higher like that. So great range of motion there. You get the usual bicep swivel, double jointed elbows there, so you can see that. And I love how it's got this sort of curved plastic there, so it doesn't look like there's a gap. So the elbows there are just fantastic, and you get this sort of there's also like another ball joint swivel thing there, so you get the range of motion there, so you can just swap it out and pose that as you want. If I just lift the arm, you can see that there's a little joint there, so it looks like it could have some articulation in the torso, but I can't seem to get it to move too much, to be honest. I can't sort of get an ab crunch going in there at all, so maybe I'm just articulating it wrong, but you might be able to get something happening in there, I'm not sure. This bit here is a softer plastic, so you can get the legs up quite a long way, and spread them out. And they're again on a really nice sort of firm joint there. And you also get the double jointed knees. I guess because of the plastic there, that's probably as far as you're going to get. But again, it's got that nice fill-in gap there, so there's no unsightly sort of joint, which does look nice. And now that I'm touching this bit, I just forgot to mention where the die cast is. It looks like this top part of the thigh here is plastic, but the lower leg here is definitely die cast. I can feel that like cold metal. I'm not sure if the ankle joint inside there is die cast or not, but the feet are also die cast. So they've really designed it well in that all the weight is low. Yeah, posing it up, you can really tell the difference where, because all the weight is low, there's a lot of stability, and you really don't need a stand to get it into some really good poses. With the ankles, it's got, I guess it's, considering how they've done the shoulders and the elbows and the knees and so on, I'm not sure why there's this sort of weird gap here. They could have lowered that leg a bit more, I'm not sure. It's strange because I just tipped it upside down and it sort of looked like that joint moved up, and then you tip it and then it falls back down. So I'm not sure why there's that little piece in there. Maybe that's just to give the ankle a bit more action. And just revealing that, I just noticed that it's got a steel ball in there, which is interesting. I thought that was just going to be plastic, but it looks like they've got a metal ball joint in there as well. So the feet articulate really well. I love the ankle rocking motion. There's good motion back and forth. I guess putting it that way, maybe they put this thing here to try and cover up that silver ball. But either way, the ankles look not too bad. It's got the nice little toe flip thing at the front there, like the Playmates as well. So overall, the articulation in this is just really, really good. I guess the only negative is I really can't get too much rotation in the ab section or ab crunch. So it's a bit static there, but that could just be me. Comparing against the old Playmates, if I just take it off this stand here, so the figures, it's got all the sort of usual joints. There's a thigh swivel there. I think that's a swivel. You might just have to hold that top joint to get the thigh to swivel. But I guess with these ones, they didn't have any swap out hands, so these articulated hands sort of get loose over time and find it hard to pose or hold the weapons. But you know, these ones have their sort of ab crunch joint there, so you can sort of turn that around. But the shoulder articulation isn't as nice, so it's just the usual sort of swivel joint, and there's a ball joint in there to get it to swivel around. And yeah, this is the style that I was talking about, where it would be good if it was higher, as opposed to here, where once you swap out the piece, it actually sits lower. So I can't actually remember which one is more cartoon accurate, if you did have the strap across like that, or if it was just around his waist, because here there is no strap around his torso. So that's an interesting point of difference. I'll probably have to go back and check out some of the old cartoon episodes to actually see what the differences might be. I also noticed that you know, that's got the coloured L for Leonardo, and this is just a silver. That feels like metal as well. So that looks like a metal piece for the L there, which is interesting, I guess. But that's pretty much the articulation on the figure. There's not much different on Donatello here, pretty much the same. I guess the bandana part at the back here, you can... Oh no, you can't. I thought you could actually turn that, but you can't. Oh, that's why. That's looks like it's just a rectangular peg. So that's a bit strange. I'm not sure why they didn't just go with a round peg to make you be able to turn that, but I guess you can have it that way, or facing it upwards like it's blowing. I don't even think that fits in that way. That's interesting. It seems to fit only in one way, which is a shame, so you can't really articulate that, but I guess that's not too big a deal. But for the figure, that's pretty much it. I guess with Donnie, the Playmates figures, as I was saying before, it does have the white on the bow staff, and again this one has the strap across the front, so Not sure, or if you do know which one is more cartoon accurate, post a comment in the description below. But other than that, that's pretty much it for these figures. I would definitely, if you're a Turtles fan, I would definitely say that with the accessories, the swap out heads, etc., and the overall build quality and articulation, I would definitely recommend getting the new Figuarts versions. But I guess, you know, these aren't obsolete by any means. They're still pretty great figures for the display, especially at that price. So I'll be thinking about whether or not I want to move those on now that I have the Bandai versions. But overall, hopefully you like that look at the new TMNT figures from Bandai. Michelangelo and Raphael. I should have the reviews up sometime in November, so hopefully you can subscribe and stay tuned for that. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.